So Paul, today was the magic of the FA Cup, another penalty shootout, another progression into the next round. Sum up how you're feeling right now.
Well, obviously overwhelmed. Can't believe we had another penalty shootout. Who would believe it, eh? 2 penalty shootouts. Wow, I'm still shaking actually. That was edgy. That was completely edgy. I think it's just one of them games. It was so frustrating because we could have just won it. So it's early on, you know. I'm buzzing at the minute. I'm probably quite speechless, to be fair. Over the moon for the girls. You know, they've dug deep. But to be fair, I think we were the better side today by far. I really do think that. And I think to go to penalties was quite flattering. I think just got a little bit scrappy in the second half, and that's the way it is really. That's what happens in football.
As you said, especially in the first half, it was quite a frustrating half in terms of we should have been ahead early on. What were the changes going into the second half in order to try and
Well, I think up until we scored the first goal, we was going to change the system because we just, I mean, it was obvious for all to see today that they come with a system to block us. You know, they're 2 leagues higher, so if they're going to play a block and then hit us on the counter, it's quite dangerous. But I just don't feel like they ever threatened us. So, you know, for us, literally just before we scored, we were just going to change the formation. Once we scored, they didn't really come at us, and we just sat with it really. And then second half, just we were always trying to. Our plans going into second half really were really just about overloading their back line, which we had our opportunities. We really did. And you know, for me, I felt like we should have come away 2 or 3 to the good.
And obviously, as it got to penalties, was the intention to have the same penalty takers as the last game, or did you want to change it up?
It was the same. I did change it up. We've had a few injuries. We've had a few sicknesses. You know, the first time we did it, we threw him into it. You know, I know who can take penalties, and they was almost perfect. Today, I felt a bit more nervous with it, to be honest with you. I felt like the girls had overthought the penalty taking. And sorry, these bloody fans in the background. They're over the moon, obviously. But yeah, it was just one of them. I mean, they've pulled it out of the bag. They've done their thing. We did the odd change, but we look good. We look good in front of goal when it comes to penalties. And you know, it's just something that you can rehearse. You know, we didn't really have a good week in preparation for it, to be honest with you. But today they've pulled it out of the bag.